Hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a crazy off-racing game sent to me by RJB. Who else? Check him out at RJB TV, link in the description. Most of the replays that I've been casting that are recent are from RJB. So he's an excellent StarCraft fan, he knows a lot about the game, and he has connections to players. Brood War players, professional players, Korean players. But let's get right on into this here on Polypoid. Top right, we have a Protoss player. It is not Bisu, it is Killer off-racing as Protoss. And in the bottom left, it is Bisu playing Zerg. Okay, this is my first off-racing Bisu cast, I feel like. I don't feel like Bisu has played Terran or Zerg on my channel, but holy smokes. I'm excited to see how Bisu plays Zerg. And how Killer plays Protoss. Killer has a hard time with Protoss, so he knows what kills Zerg, so maybe that gives him an advantage over Bisu here. Terror the Overlord moving out, controlled by Bisu. Check out the FalconPaladin.store. It is a website where you can buy Terry branded merchandise, including a mug and 2 t-shirts. Yes, I know, you are famous. Don't let it go to your head, Terry. There's a link right up here to take you to FalconPaladin.store. All the prices are in Australian dollars when you get there, but just click the currency converter up here and drop down, and you'll see, well, maybe you won't see your currency, but scroll up and down a little bit, and you will. Anyway. Oh, gateway opening here, Killer. Okay. Against a hatch first on this 4-player map. All right. Scouting with a probe and... Oh. Do you see... you barely see the Overlord. Oh, so barely see the Overlord. Did you... he's going to scout this bottom left anyway. Whatever. So this is where you get revenge on Bisu, right? You just make Zealots and you send them across the map and you kill the hatch firsting foolish Zerg player who doesn't even have a pool yet. Ha 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 ha. That's what Killer's thinking right now. He's like, this is easy. I've seen Bisu do this 100 times. Just make Zealots one after the other. Maybe get another gateway up just for fun. Send 2 Zealots at a time over and over and over. And then the poor Zerg player's like, I can't handle it. And then they tap out. That's how people react when Bisu does it. Now, when Killer does it, how's it going to work out? Excellent question. I don't really have an answer for you on that one. Assume Bisu will probably be able to handle it because he knows... Oh my gosh. Holy fast third base. Okay. I mean, that was before the pool finished. Maybe about the same time the pool finished, but whatever. No gas. No gas opening here. This base might just have to get canceled. If there are Zealots... Oh, yeah. Zealot popping in. Do you have Lings on the way? Sure do. But ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Side blades cutting through the flesh of the hatchery as it's trying to come up. It makes it sound gross. StarCraft is kind of gross, though, especially the Zerg side of things. Does he have more Zealots coming? No! He's keeping Zealots at home! No, if he had 2 Zealots here, he could kill these Lings! Oh, what a mistake. Why would you keep your Zealots at home? You know it's not a pool first or a 9 pool. Or an over pool. Ugh. Alright, Killer. I really feel like this could have gone well for you. If you brought 2 Zealots over here, you could kill all of these Lings. There's only 6 of them. I understand you're worried about Lings coming across the map here. So Cybernetics core hopping wall off. This area is still open. Might have to bring some... I mean, I guess you just put the Zealots over here, right? Right. So Lings were forced to be made. Bisu didn't want to make this many Lings, but had to because there was a Zealot hacking away at his third base. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So second base is warping in now from our Protoss Killer. And he's got a Cyber Core coming in. Or just let the Lings right on in. Okay, Killer. So, yeah, Killer doesn't know how to play Protoss as well as I thought he did. You're just going to let these guys right in? Whew. Well, and then he starts a forge. Killer might be panicking a little bit here. Bisu's casually going up to lair. Casually getting metabolic boost after the lair upgrades. Running Lings around, scouting everything. That Killer. This is not even a wall. Why is there a Zealot here? Is this not a wall? He doesn't. Maybe that's the problem. Like, he just knows that if there's a wall here by the Protoss, he can't get through, but he doesn't know how to make the wall. Is that the problem? Whatever, man. Whatever, it's cool. So, yes, a cannon behind this makeshift wall is going to help a lot against any Ling pressure, sure. Stargate coming in here, too. But the lair's done. And let's see if we go for maybe Hydralisk Den, entirely possible. This Zealot's still back here. He's just like, I'll just kill all of you, it's fine. Let me get a bunch of kills. How do you only have 2 kills? I thought you already had 1. 3 kills is good. Ooh, killing a drone would be awesome. Nope, can't do it. All right. So Bob the Zealot is down. Spire is on the way. See how Bisu handles Corsairs. He of the amazing Corsair control. Yeah, this Ling running around is really a problem. Super annoyance. A super annoyance. And here we go. Now we send all the Zealots over and, yeah, get some heck. This third base dying would be a big-time problem for Bisu. I don't know. Killer's not... I feel like I'm so mean to Killer. But he's like one of the best pro players in the world who also I just feel like is kind of weak in a lot of ways. Like, I don't like this from him at all. You're just going to send like 5 slow Zealots down to try to kill this third base? Oh, sure, there's... Okay, fine. 7 kills on that guy. That's pretty good, but the other ones didn't get 7 kills. Not even close. Oop, Corsair out. Gonna massacre Terry here. How dare you? How dare you kill Terry? He has stolen our hearts, but he has not stolen yours, it would seem. Well, we're getting a Citadel. Yes. Okay, Zealot Legs is coming in. Double Gateway on the way. Corsair count pretty hot. Bunch of Lings out here from Bisu. Gonna throw up a macro hatch at the third base location. Hydralisk Den. Ooh, and a macro hatch at the second base, too. Love that. Love macro hatches. Bisu knows the power of the macro hatch. It has killed him from time to time. Absolutely, yes. So third base, mineral-only position here on Polypoid. Kind of annoying that way, but I don't know. What can you do? I mean, what you could do is take your third base where there's actually gas. Which, this isn't a terrible place to take your third. Up here is pretty good, too. Only 1 ramp to defend, but Bisu instead takes the third here. A little bit easier to defend, a little bit closer to home that way, and the trade-off is there's no gas. Ling sitting out front, Scourge chasing, there you go, chasing the Corsairs away. Is Bisu going to make Mutalisks against a Corsair playing Protoss? Doesn't sure seem like it, does it? But we've seen it work. We've seen it work from time to time in ZVPs. Oh, we took down a Corsair too. Way to dive on in there, dodging the cannons, coming up through this angle and then coming down. I didn't expect them to be that bold, honestly. It's like, where are the Corsairs? They're not being protected. Well, they're kind of being protected by cannons. I think you can come around this way and jump on them before the cannons killed you. Oh, that Zealot pops out too far, extends, dies. Yeah, this is, I think what we're looking at here is Bisu's Zerg is better than Killer's Protoss. Is that really a surprising outcome? When you clicked on this where you're like, oh, but Killer's Protoss is better than Bisu's Zerg. Nah, probably not. You probably didn't have that thought. Hydra's coming out. They do not have the range upgrade yet. They got the speed, though. And out in the open here without any Sunkens to support them, it's bad for the Hydras. But they did have the high ground. And with some Ling support to absorb and take some of the damage from these Zealots, the Hydras do way better. So, yeah, this is bad. I don't know how else to tell you. This is bad. Do you have Storm? Dude, the Hydra push. Okay, Temple Archives done, but that means that Storm is a hot minute away, and you're not starting it immediately because you don't have the resources to do that. So, here we go. Hydra pressure. Range upgrade for the Hydras. More cannons is all we could really ask for here. Bisu's like, I hate this attack. I've lost 1,000 StarCraft games to this Hydra push. And the Killer says, well, I have 100 speed lots that has stopped my Hydra push a million times. So how about that? It's really funny to think of these players approaching this game from the race that they normally main, and in this perspective, right? Man. But enough Hydras, got the range upgrade. That range upgrade is just so good against these Zealots. An extra couple hits there before they can close in on you is worth a lot. So nothing but speed lots. Finally, Storm gets started here. He just needs it. He's gonna need it. He got a DT out for funsies, but there's an Overlord here because Bisu knows how good DTs are. He's won games with those too, and he knows how to shut it down. I mean, look, everybody knows how to win every matchup in StarCraft. Every professional player knows how to win. It's just a matter of being able to execute it at a level high enough for it to work for you. Yeah, so a bunch of speed lots coming down on the third base would be pretty damaging. They're just kind of hanging out, though. I prefer for my Zealots to commit to something. Hanging out in the middle of the map is not where you want to be. Defend or attack. Kind of like lurkers that way, yeah? Yeah, this is not... Sure, it's super annoying to have to micro and split your Hydras, and you're going to lose a lot of them anyway because there's a lot of shots to take down a Zealot, but you have enough Hydras to just melt these boys. Even a Lurker aspect is coming in. Lurker aspect might be done before Storm is done, which would be crazy pants. Corsair is getting chased away by the Scourge. That is exactly what every Zerg player wants to see and what every Protoss player hates. Exact same movement speed. Scourge and Corsairs here. Zealot heading on down to the bottom right, trying to hide or check for a potential fourth base of some kind, but fourth base coming up left side 9 o'clock position from Bisu. It is one of the potential third bases. It's got gas. That's nice. Because being a 2-gassing Zerg player versus a 2-gassing Protoss, not super hot, I don't think. Killer's floating a bunch of gas. I don't know what he's trying to do here. Finally getting Singularity Charge. There you go. Pumping out a couple High Templar will drop that gas count down quite nicely. These Zealots are just... They're trying to get themselves some value, friends. Did it work? I don't know. I don't know. DT says, you probably have a base up here, right? And you do. But there's no drones to kill. Ah, horrible. I will kill this egg. Oh. What? Did he cancel that? Or was it killed? I don't know. That animation, like, the egg just disappeared and the drone never came out. So I don't know what that was. Yeah, DT's like, well, I'm going to die, so let's just get as much damage on this hatchery as we can. More Zealots. Into the natural base, into the main base, going after the drones on gas. Okay, Killer. You're making some good moves here. I'm okay with a Zealot run by like this. Absolutely. Oh, beautiful stuff here. Drones dying. They're trying to stack up, so they're harder to target individually, but... Oh, yeah, look at this blood splatter analysis here. At least 3 drones died there. The ones carrying gas don't really leave those blood splatters because they explode. But all right, Storms. Yeah, trying to set up with some lurkers here. Nah, that gateway died, but whatever. It's cool. Do you have detection yet, Killer? Killer. Yes, he's got an observatory. So there's an observer out somewhere or one in production, one of the two. There it is. So observer comes out and says, all right, this lurker needs to die. Yeah, hatchery 4th base is down to 800 HP. It's not like at 50 HP, but whatever. This is kind of how I like to play Protoss. Is just speedlots are really annoying when they're doing run-bys like this. Yeah, maybe they're not going to win the game for you, but they will really mess up the concentration of your enemy and force you to deal with them. It's like Ling run-bys, except they're buffer, and they're harder to kill than Lings. 9 Overlords at a time being produced here from Bisu. Never wants to be supply blocked again. I can relate to that feeling for sure. So far, it's Hydra Lurker. Any sign of going to a Hive yet from Bisu? No. Does Bisu think he can win this game with straight up Hydra Lurker Scourge? Maybe he does. Oh, Mutalisks. Oh, I was all set to feel superior because Bisu wasn't going to make mutas in a PvZ, but then he did. There are a couple Corsairs here. It's not a million of them, but, you know. 9 Mutalisks in production. He's going to try to snipe off these High Templar. Because if the High Templar die, this Hydra Lurker thing just straight up wins the day. Dragoons, no match. Zealots, no match. High Templar, match. Everybody knows it. Alright, Mutalisks, you have one job. Your job is not to kill Zealots. Your job is not to kill Dragoons. Your job is instead to find High Templar and execute them. And maybe try to kill the Corsairs as well. Ooh, got one. Took like 15 Dragoon hits for that, though. Not great. Killing a probe. Getting some shots off on a warping and Nexus. A 3rd base warping and now on a 4th base to right side. That's pretty good stuff. I like this from Killer. He was on 2 base for a while, but he 3-4 expanded pretty quickly. And I support that. I like that a lot. Recognizing that I've got Storm out now. So until the Dark Swarm is out, until a Hive comes up, I'm really not going to worry about it. Queen's Nest going to come in, so Bisu recognizes, okay, I think it's time. Oh, Dark Archon energy upgrade. Is that an accident from Killer? What is happening here? Dude, RJB sends me the best replays. If you click on a replay, and one of the first things I say is, this was sent to me by RJB, know you're in for a treat. I'm going to tell you, the games I get from Team Liquid are often very good. Most of the time, very good. But the ones that RJB sends me are beyond very good. They are excellent. I never cast an RJB game and I'm like, well, that was disappointing. They're always amazing. Like, especially when he specifically recommends one to me over the Discord. Which he did here. He's like, dude, you have to cast this. And I've got another off-racing game coming later. It involves Flash. Mark your calendars for Saturday. Man, you got to look forward to that. An off-racing Flash game. Those are so fun. He's a robot, is what he is. When he does Flash things with a different race, it's like, how is he so good with everything? Ooh. So that's the problem with storming Mutalisks in your mineral line, is that some of your probes die to the storm too, because storms do not discriminate, man. They will kill everything, except for buildings. What do we got? I'm just waiting for him to make a Dark Archon so that this Dark Argus Talisman upgrade makes any sense. Because, no. I don't think he's making any. This is weird. Was that an accident? Did he accidentally click on that upgrade? Immediate Adrenal, now that the Hive is done. Immediate Defiler Mound, now that the Hive is done. Bisu knows these are the two components that allow you to win a mid to late game ZVP. Is Adrenalings and Plague and Dark Swarm. Those ingredients, mixed with Hydras and Lurkers and whatnot, are what makes a successful win for a ZVP stew. I don't know if that made any sense. I don't know. Did that make any sense? Who knows? I had dinner at my parents' today, as I do every week. They're empty nesters now. I'm the oldest of 9 kids, and finally their youngest kid went to college. Crazy, right? Yeah, I'm only 40, by the way. But, yeah, I went over, had some dinner, had some delicious spaghetti, homemade spaghetti noodles. My mom was like, I'm not doing that again. That took forever. And I was like, yeah, fair. I like her. She's great. And then we watched some NBA games. Watched the Clippers play the Bucks on February the 3rd. Incredible game. And by the way, the Clippers are a weird team because if Paul George and Kawhi are playing for them, they're incredibly good. But those two dudes do not play together hardly at all, it feels like, all season for the Clippers. They've just been like, one's hurt, the other one's hurt. Then they're both hurt. It's like they're both healthy. Holy cow. But yeah, the Bucks won an incredible game. I mean, Clippers went up big, then the Bucks went up big, then the Clippers went up big. Then the Bucks made a furious comeback in the 4th quarter, and the Bucks won by 1 point. Insane. Giannis got 54. I know you guys don't care about the NBA, but that was a lot of fun. So that's what I did today, and I'm a little bit tired because I got home around midnight. Casting this at 12:30 a.m. Anyway, back to the StarCraft. You guys don't care about the NBA. I ramble about the sports on my Sunday streams more often than I do these. Lings. Okay, Adrenalings on your Dragoons. Bad. Disengage. Actually, Zealots are coming in. We're good, Killer says. We're good. We got Storm, we got Dragoons, we got Zealots. Has Plague been researched yet? No. Consume is a higher priority than Plague. So, my gosh, but Beast is expanding bottom right. I mean, he's just on fire here. Killer's taking this 12 o'clock, though, so he's keeping up in that base count. Bunch of Lurkers here at the 6 o'clock base that Bisu's trying to take. Dragoons getting stuck on the ramp because they're stupid and have bad pathing. Storming Lurker eggs is a great way to kill Lurkers, but no! They came out. They hatched out of their eggs, and the Zealots are like, we don't care. So what? We'll murder all y'all. And the splash damage is causing so much problems here. But 2-3 upgrades on these Zealots. Killer really prioritizing upgrades today. I like it quite a bit. Bisu coming around from the top side, trying to save this base. No, that's not happening. Maybe trying to trap Killer's army in here. How much Storm is available? Oh my gosh! He has 200 energy! Do not let this High Templar die! Okay, 1 Storm, good. 2 Storms would be super good. Or just wander him over here on his own to die to Lings. Whatever. It's cool. No, he's cool. He's fine. There are 3 observers sitting here, too. This is stacking observers doesn't really help anything. Oh, DTs and Zealots on a ramp. Oh, look at this hold. This is kind of awesome. Are you dealing with Ling run-bys as a Protoss player? Set up some Zealots and DTs on a ramp, and you'll wipe them all out. No problem. That's a 17-kill DT. Ay caramba. He's doing great. He's got 18 kills. 19 kill Dark Templar. What a boss. What an absolute Chad this fellow is. Oh, but did you see Bisu waste like 30 Lings trying to get up this ramp against invisible enemies? Even the professionals make mistakes like that. That's a mistake that you and I would make. What is... Oh, DT's in the house. Oh, sniping the spawning pool would be great. I don't think they're going to get it. It's very close, though. Like, one more. Oh, my gosh. One final hit. Snipes the spawning pool. Oh, killer. Yes, lings are a major problem for you right now. Killing the spawning pool means no more lings can be made. Dude, that would just mean that basically Zealot High Templar kind of just wins the game without any lings running around. I mean, the lings that already exist still exist, but dude, and replacing the spawning pool doesn't take forever. I suppose. I think head down this. That's a lot of lurkers defending this bottom right. It's a lot of lurkers. I keep hunting for a Dark Archon. The red really stands out in this game. Nothing else is that shade of red and stands out that much. But I think he accidentally got Dark Argus Talisman to tease us into thinking we would get Dark Archons today. Or maybe there was one and I totally missed it. I don't know. Beats me. Yeah, don't send it. Just... Dragoons are good at clearing out these dudes without any Dark Swarm protecting them. Like, another storm before you die, please. There we go. All right, good. He got his storms off. He can die now. It's acceptable. Archons, Dark Archons. No, just regular Archons here. Dark Swarm. Archon not very careful. Is he trying to drop or just bringing detection over here? Either way, Bisu is supply blocked. This is kind of a killer game. Did he just... Oh, that's a great storm spot. Oh, dude. That was nice. Killer's like, I know what kills my workers a lot is High Templars dropping in this location. Ah, shuttle dies, though. Got some good work done regardless. It's 191 to 157 supply. Bisu is up, but he's also supply blocked pretty heavily because he flew all those overlords over a giant army of dragoons for reasons that I don't quite understand. Lings have 2-2 upgrades. Dragoons are at 3-1-3, so better upgrades, but Adrenal Lings are just the natural enemy of Dragoons. Lurkers, nice flank up this right side. Defiler needs to die. I know he's not really a priority target unless you tell him to, but there it is. Yes. Beautiful priority target here. And it looks like Bisu a bit on the warpath here. He did lose a base, but this one's fine, and the bottom right base is fine. And some drones died here, but that's okay too. It's not really game-changing, game-endy level stuff here. Oh, Scourge taking down another shuttle. That's rough, but these lurker eggs not getting a chance to hatch. That's kind of a crappy thing for Bisu to deal with. Finally getting Plague. I would have thought Bisu would have got Plague a minute ago. He's up about 20 supply, but against the sheer number of Protoss that's here, with the Storm, with the upgrades they've got, I'm not sure that 20 supply is really enough to be comfortable. And yeah, Lurker's just out in the middle of the map. Absolutely no Dark Swarm protecting them. Not that a Zealot Archon army really cares about that. Yeah, gather up some reinforcements, bust on in, and let's take this bottom right corner, Killer. You could do it. Why am I rooting for Killer? I don't know. Because he mains Zerg because I feel bad for him? That might be what's going on here. But Bisu's got his own reinforcements, swinging in from the left side, burrowing in. High Templar. No storms available. They just accepted their fate. Accepted their death. Weird place to put cannons. I guess you're trying to expand here, though. Yeah, this is a crazy game. Plague-oo is out. Plague catching quite nicely there. That Dark Argus Talisman tease is going to bother me the entire game. He has Dark Archons, or he had Dark Archons. He could have turned 2 of them into a Dark... He had Dark Templar. He could have turned 2 of them into a Dark Archon. Maybe he did and it died real fast. I don't know. Because feedback's pretty good against Defilers. We don't see it used that way a lot, but it's really very good. 190 to 144 supply. I don't know. There's just really not a giant, massive army here for Killer, is there? He's producing Reavers. I haven't seen a lot of those today. He's just trying to out macro Bisu. He's got a bunch of bases, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them is pretty good. Against a 7-basing Zerg player. Should be able to handle that. Great storms. And again, if you're going to beat a Zerg player, you got to storm them to death. And if you're going to beat a Protoss that's going kind of heavy gateway, then you got to plague them. Both players know exactly what to do here. The question is, who does it the most effectively? God, this Lurker out in the middle of the map stuff is amazing. Stormed it! Storm. He comes back around. He recognizes he's got the Storm available. Archon's dying real bad to these Hydras, but only 3 of them survived the battle that just commenced here, or finished up here. 180 to 1 to 111 supply. Killer, no. This is not going well for him at all. He's just not able to kill any of these bases. He killed 1 base today in 25 minutes, and against somebody as elite of a player as Bisu is. Yes, Bisu is off-racing, but Bisu knows how to play Zerg. He knows how to macro. He got those early macro hatches. Remember that stuff? He's getting upgrades. He's got the 3-2 on the Hydras, 3-3 on the Hydras, and a 3-2 on the Lings. And just not enough Reavers, not enough Storm, not enough Splash in general. You just can't be down this much. A Dark Swarm would be sick. There we go. Dark Swarm in position for the Lurkers to be defended against the cannons. The Lings aren't really benefiting from that Dark Swarm, but hey, if the Lurkers are, that's all that really matters. So this base is going to die. Cool stuff. Probe transferring up to the 12 o'clock. Hydra's chasing them in. There are Hydras. They have good upgrades, but they can't really fight 4 cannons by themselves at once. No. No, they cannot. Hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying this match. It really seems like our guy Bisu's just got this thing. So what's funny about that is our Bisu fans are happy because Bisu won, and maybe our Protoss fans are happy because they love Bisu and Bisu won. It's a weird little conundrum, right? And on the other side, Zerg fans are happy because Zerg won, but Zerg fans are sad because Killer lost, and maybe they're a Killer fan. I don't know, man. I think far few people are Killer fans than they are. Nice snipes on these obs, by the way, except for this one. Or more Bisu fans out there than Killer fans for sure. But yeah, I mean, Okay, hatch down. Bisu didn't really need this because he wiped this one out. The plagues are catching hard right now. $180 to $130 supply. I mean, it's a heavily plagued, not a very scary Protoss army with no storms available because the High Templar died. Reaver shots are good, but nope, none of your shuttle dies. And that's your GG. Yeah, Killer GG's out. Down 177 to 107 supply. Bisu throws up the eyes. Killer has some thoughts. Bisu has some thoughts. I guess this game's over? I don't know. He GG'd. We had a little conversation, and yet Killer's kind of still fighting here, I guess. He's like, what did I do wrong, says Killer. And Bisu's like, you needed more infinite storms, I'm afraid. There we go. GG. GG! So Bisu, off-racing as Zerg, gets a win in this very special ZVP. That was awesome. That was a ton of fun. I mean, man, RJB, you're the greatest. Thanks for sending me fun replays to cast. This was one of the more fun ones for sure. Watching one of the elites, one of the legends of StarCraft off-race and get a win, and you're just like, man, if Bisu played Zerg, does he win more ASLs? Like, does he win OSLs? I mean, is his Zerg better than his Protoss? I don't know. His Zerg looks terrifying. But that's what Flash looks like when he plays Zerg too. Awesome. Like, so incredibly awesome. Way to go. What a great win there for Zerg. What a great win for Protoss fans who love Bisu as well. And it just came down to this base died and this base died, but that's it. He didn't really bother these two bases all that much. Yes, there was some damage here at the third, and yeah, some Zealots got into the main base and to the natural base, but other than that, it's just not a lot of bothering here. Not a lot of drones died. There was the one storm drop here that killed some drones, but Bisu's around 55, 60 workers for the vast majority of the last 10, 15 minutes, and it's just that's not going to work. You got to kill more of the economy. You got to kill more of the bases. The Zerg player needs to feel like they're drowning. Their economy is so strained, right? So 227,000 points there from Killer, 240,000 from Bisu. Outproducing the Protoss player by a 3-to-1 ratio. Absolutely stupendous. And a kill death ratio of 3-to-1. $70,000 resources spent by Bisu and 62,000 by Killer, and 8,000 difference, 8,500 resource difference in 27 minutes seems to be enough. So GG. Well done, our guy Bisu playing the Zergs. Weird to say that. He gets the win, and that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered with super fun, I mean absolutely crazy super fun StarCraft Brood War today. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. I recently passed 60,000 subscribers. Super happy about that. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. There's merch at falconpaladin.store. And until next time, as always, thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me and enjoying the StarCraft, and you take care of yourself.